So I'm going to show you now today. Let's create an advert on Photoshop. Okay, let's create an advert on Photoshop. So first thing I'm going to do is share my screen. We're just going to do it all from scratch. Okay, so I can show you everything from the start. So the first thing that you would do is you need to make sure that the paper size is right. So you go to File, New, then you go to Print, A4. So we're going to do A4 size advert. Click Create. Right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Google. I'm simply going to write down perfume bottle, because what we're going to do is we're not just going to take an advert, which is very simple to do. We're going to try and take representation and create it ourselves. So let's get a perfume bottle. You guys obviously have time to really look at something quite like this one here. So I'm going to use that, copy image, and edit, paste. Now that's this is the image. Well, let me just go to File, New, because I like to work in new tabs as well. I'm going to paste it in there. Now, for the sake of it, guys, I'm going to show you one for, this is the one I'm going to use, but I'm going to show you how to also do it so you can cut around. So say if they had a background already and you want to cut around the outside, let me show you this. So let's, for example, no, it doesn't let me do this one. For example, let's do this one. There's other ways to cut around this one, to be honest, but I'm just going to show you this. So you know how to cut around images. So I'm going to press Control-T to make it bigger. And I'm going to use something called the polygon lasso tool, okay, which is here. And what you do with the polygon lasso tool is you can just cut around. Obviously, you guys can do it so it's perfect. You cut around it like that. There are other methods, because the color is not the same as the bottle. You'll be able to use another type of method, which I'll show you in a second as well. But you can cut around the bottle. Like I said, the more you've got more time if you take your time to do it. Control-C, and then I'm going to get rid of the layer, and then Control-V, and that's paste. Control-T makes it bigger. Okay, so that is how you cut around the image. Now I'm going to show you another method as well. So step backwards. With this one, we can use the magic wand tool, and we can select the background. So just what I did there is I selected the magic wand, select around the background, and I just press delete. And that's another way to do it. All right, so I'm going to get rid of that because I don't want, this is, although the bottle looks all right actually now. I'm going to use this bottle. Edit, copy. I'm going to use that. Control-T. Put it there. And now I'm going to think about my representation. So I'm going to go and get an image of an elegant female. Elegant female. I like this one because she's looking directly at the camera. I don't like the fact that it's cut out, to be honest with you, but I'm going to do this really quickly so it works. Edit, paste, Control-T. Going to make this really big. Again, I'm going to use the magic wand tool to get rid of the background. Oh, that hasn't quite worked. So I'm going to use the quick selection tool, which works here. And I'm going to press Control for the certain, or is it Alt? For the certain areas that I still want. So I want that area there. That hasn't worked. So let's go step backwards again. Right, let's just change the layer order so that that image is in the front. Again, magic wand so I can get rid of the white background. It's nice and big. Right, I'm going to go back to that layer, and I'm not sure about it, so I'm going to first just get rid of the brown here. And I'm going to cut around the image. Let me just zoom in, press Alt to zoom in. And I'm just going to cut around the image. Let's say I'm going to do 15 minutes of this to start with. So I'm going to use a combination of different things. I've used that one. Now I'm going to see if the magic wand tool just picks up the color. I think because the color of the skin is a little bit similar to the background, that's the problem that I'm having at the moment, I think. Because this selection tool works on color. If I press Control, you can sort of get rid of certain parts of it or change it, but so I'm going to just cut around it again. Right, let's have a look. Delete. Let's zoom out. Nearly there. All right. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to zoom out again. Going to make the size bigger again, so she takes up the whole space of it. I'm going to now go and get ballroom Round. Okay. This one might work. Let me have a look. Copy image. Put that really big. So I'm giving the impression of elegance. Press enter. Change the layer order. I'm going to change the bottle so it's bigger again, because that's what I'm trying to sell really. Have it a little bit slightly tilted. Like that. I'm going to see if I can get some light flashing down. So let's get let me take that. What I'm going to do is copy up the whole image because I'm going to use it like that, and I'm going to go to File New because I want it to be flattened. Alt to zoom out, and I'm going to use the lens blur just to see what the lens blur does. Well, it doesn't seem to do anything. Right, I'm going to change the back. I'm going to change the whole color of it to a more of a red, so it's more seductive. To be honest with you, I'm not actually 100% sure of it, but I think it looks okay. It looks okay, and I want to get. Let's see what shadow and highlights does. Maybe it more gives it a more grainy, classical sort of look. And I've completely forgotten what the lens blur. Is it lens blur? I thought it was lens blur. It's clearly not lens blur. Let's try radial blur. I used to have one where you could easily add something in it. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the text. I'm going to call the product Valentine's. So that you're clear what the product is. It's going to be bold Valentine's. Trying to think, is this where could the product go? I'm going to go for traditional font as well, because I'm going to go for the classic sort of look. If I can't find it here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the font, DA fonts, and I'm going to go and find a classic font, a classic. So see if they have classic. Under themes, or the classic. See what medieval, if they got any. Ah dear, that's not good. You've got Valentine's there. Don't like it, it's all not very classic. Serif is classic. I like this one. Yeah. Valentine. Submit. Make that big. Print screen it. Put it into Photoshop. I'm going to do it on another layer to start with. Actually, I don't need to do it on another layer because I know. Well, actually, no. I'm going to do it on another layer. File, new. Create. Edit, paste. Edit, copy. Edit, paste. Make that nice and big. The font actually is nice. It's a beautiful font. I'm going to get rid of the white background. What is going on here? And then I'm going to go to blending options, color overlay. And I'm going to change the font color. Now I'm just going to try the drop shadow first. With a bold drop shadow. And then let's go back to the color overlay. Let's make it slightly pink, stereotypically girly. Right, so now I'm going to get my slogan. And for girls, oh, what they want. I'm just going to put a question mark, which doesn't make any sense at all. But sometimes things like that will make people like think, what's actually going on here? It's for girls that know. For girls that know what they want, don't like the font. Not even sure about the slogan, to be honest with you. Just going to do some weird things here. So this, if I can change let's change it like that. Don't like the font at all. Now this doesn't go at all. No way. So you have to really look for things that are fit for purpose for the advert. For girls that know what they want. I probably would go on the fonts to go and get the font correct. Doesn't stand out, so let me go to blending options, drop shadow. I'm going to make this a little bit smaller. Go put it in juxtaposition with her, so we know clearly what we're talking about. And because Valentine is the main thing, I'm going to make that even bigger. Valentine's. And there you go. I'm not quite sure. I think it's okay. I think it's decent. And I've done that in, what, 20 minutes. It's okay. It could be improved, but I think it works. Okay, so that is an advert for perfume advert for females. Try to make it more of a traditional advert for the elegant female, aspiring elegant female. I'll put the backgrounds with the ballroom. I'll put the main representation there, and so I've used three different images, none of them original, but for the sake of this lesson, that's fine. Okay, thank you guys, and I'm going to try another advert in a second. Thank you.